We're here today with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and you guys are celebrating 50 years. This is awesome. Tell me about, I know you have a tour right now that you guys are promoting. Tell me about that and some of the special guests that you have on the show.
Well, we're actually promoting a show right now,
okay.
the PBS special that we filmed in September in the Ryman Auditorium here in Nashville. And that thing's going to be airing through the end of March, and then in June again, and in September as well. So that was really such a great night. Were you there by any chance?
I was not there, but I have seen the show. So.
Oh, yes. You saw the PBS show? Oh, great, great. Well, in case you weren't there, we had John Prine and Jackson Brown and Alison Krauss and Rodney Crowell and Jerry Jeff Walker and Jimmy Ibbotson and Sam Bush.
Jerry Douglas.
Byron House.
Say Vince Gill.
Vince Gill, right.
The important thing about that show is the audience.
Yeah.
There was a broad range of ages. There were people in the audience that some said cool, some said groovy, some said far out, some said awesome. And each one of those words is like a
So you could tell what era they were from just by what they were saying. So.
We had Bic lighters and cell phones.
Some said, these wooden benches hurt my butt.
And then you had the cassettes and the vinyls and the 8-tracks and everything that came through with it.
Absolutely.
That's,
and the downloads.
And we got the data sticks.
Yes.
We'll be on, we'll be on the road all year this year in 2016 and into 2017 as well. It's a big number to celebrate, and we're real proud of it and grateful.
What are some of the accolades that, I mean, you guys have achieved a lot of things, but what's kind of one of the things that makes you the most proud?
Well, I think we're proudest of the musical relationships that we've developed over the years with folks like the aforementioned. We've been so lucky to be out on the road playing music and get in the studio and make records with folks like Doc Watson and Earl Scruggs and Johnny Cash and the Carters and Roy Acuff and my goodness, you know, and into you know, more current artists like John Hyatt, Roseanne Cash, Rodney Crowell. I mean, it's just, you know, we got to sing. I got to sing a duet with Linda Ronstadt. It was a big hit. It's like this. We've done so much stuff that people would give their eye teeth to do. Yeah. And we've been able to do it for a half a century. It's crazy.
I think we all feel a certain sense of pride too. I think I'm speaking for everybody. When we finish a show at night after 2 hours, that we can still go out there and entertain people, and they can feel like they got worth out of the show that we do for them.
Absolutely. With all that said, and all the names that you've kind of mentioned, and the friendships that you've formed, and the opportunities to perform with different people, is there still someone out there that you're like, someday we still would like to do something with? Do you have that one person?
For me, it's John Fogerty and Paul McCartney.
And then I said I didn't have any big questions for you. See, I stumped you.
She asked the big questions. Well, I love both those guys are great, you know. I don't know. There's always somebody. You know, I'd love to record with Jason Isbell. He's one of my favorite artists. You know,
sorry, I didn't mean to stump you on that one.
This is the one that will get the answer on the drive to the next
There you go. Yeah, you go, oh, I know what we should have said. Let's call her up. Let's tell her that we want that one.
Well, you know, somebody used the phrase "an embarrassment of riches." It's like, you've played with all those guys, and really, you're so greedy that you want more. You know? No, it's
no.
I'd say one of the feelings is, I don't know if it's accomplishment, but good things about this time period, the last 10 years, is I don't feel like we're auditioning anymore.
Right.
And there was times when no matter what the show was, it might have been year 35 or 39 or 42, you kind of felt like, gee, I hope we don't get in trouble if we play an extra 2 minutes, or things like that. No, this is us. And for me, that moment was realized when we were doing Circle 3. We were recording Willie Nelson, and down the hall was Tom Petty. And I walked into the studio waiting for the tape to stop, and he was listening to it. Mr. Petty, I'm with Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. We'd like to know if you want to sing with Willie Nelson. Oh yeah, where? Right down the hall. You know, and it's like, because that band was there, of course we had Willie too, but it was a good feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Jeff to go ask somebody to do something, or to represent the group in a situation, it's like representing an iconic thing that you didn't know was iconic.
That's right. Well, when you think back, when you first started, and you know, everybody has their goals, you know, it's always I want to play the Opry, I want to stand in that circle, or I want to win an award from, whether it's CMA award or an ACM or whatever it is. Have you guys still have that little pinnacle dangling up there that you want to achieve, something that you want to get inducted to, or
like the Country Music Hall of Fame? Yeah, we'd love to be in the Country Music
Hall of Fame. I think that'd be great. I'd love to see you there.
And I don't know about the other guys, but those thoughts never came into my head. The only thought I had was, is there some way I can figure out how to play music and have enough money to eat and put a roof over my head?
And
that was it. That's always sort of been it.
So we'll leave you out if we get inducted in the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah. No, I just said I never thought of it.
I'm kidding.
Because
and that's a lofty goal.
Don't make fun of my disabilities.
We've been very fortunate to have a very consistent career. It's never been really crazy or really disappointing.
You're right.
And it's run like that this whole time. And I look at a lot of other acts that went mega out the window, and you kind of go, "What's next?" We do have some room for what's next.
I'd like to win another Grammy or two.
Yeah.
And I'd also like to get nominated for an Oscar for a film score song. And I think I have a chance to do that, but
I'd like to go into outer space.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be.
I don't know if the music will get me there, but somehow I want to go into outer space.
Well, one thing that I usually ask all artists, regardless if they're new or established where they're at, with all the changes in social media and the digital world now, do you find that getting your music out to your fans and relating with your fans, are there any challenges, or do you guys still have to come up with out-of-the-box ways to reach them? Or
No, I think it's easier to reach your fans now. I mean, there used to be sort of a twin delivery system, which was records and radio, and now you've got records and radio, but you have you can go directly to the source with social media, and we get the response we get on Facebook is tremendous, and it's immediate. People will come see us, and the next thing 4 hours later, it's like, "You killed it tonight," or "Why didn't you sing that song?"
Right.
So it's a great barometer for us, and it's fun. One of the things we love about playing live is that immediate.
Absolutely. Now, you guys, do you do your own social media, do your own Twitter or whatever it is? Do you enjoy getting out there and doing that and having that interaction? And
Sure.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. People always ask, because some people do, some don't.
Yeah,
They're always asking me, do you know if this one does that? And I'm like, I
can't imagine that some people have time to do that.
Right. Yeah. So, well, we're excited that you guys are still out there and doing stuff. Are you guys still writing? Are you doing a lot of writing and everything?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No tweeting, though. Although we think it's important that people know what we had for lunch today, we're not going to share that with them.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, probably your most well-known song, Fishing in the Dark,
Yeah.
you've got to have some funny stories that go along with that. I mean, I'm sure that your fans have shared some stuff. Do you have anything that you can reminisce about?
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of stories. There are
Some you can share, some you can't.
Can't share, right? About
I got a dead
fishing,
fish thrown on stage, landed right on my keyboard with his big old eye staring up at me. That was fun.
All right, Kenny Chesney shows up at his birthday party so he can sing Fishing in the Dark with Jeff around the campfire.
That was true. That was a couple of
It is
years
true.
ago.
That's a good story.
That was a good story. Well, first time I met Kenny was on an airplane, in coach, I might add, years and years ago. And he was so gracious and cool, and he's like, "Man, I sing your song, Fishing in the Dark." And of course, he doesn't now, but it was cool. He showed up at my birthday party.
I had the seat next to him, and he says, "Man," he says, "you know what I really want most out of my life in this music business?" I said, "What's that?" He goes, "I want a career like yours."
Man. Well,
He's
I
got
think
one.
he did okay.
I think
Jim.
you did okay.
Well, you've had a lot of people re-record that. Garth re-recorded it.
Garth
I mean, you've had a lot of different people. Is there anybody that it really shocked you that they wanted to re-record that song?
Well, I don't think, as far as recordings, I don't know how many people have covered this album, Garth. I mean, there might be a handful, but as far as playing it live.
Oh, everybody plays it live, yeah. You hear it everywhere.
All over the world,
We
in
saw
every
it.
bar.
Yeah.
And somebody sent us a YouTube.
What's the
of
band from Canada?
Carrie Underwood is closing her current tour with Fishing in the Dark with the
Maybe-
Swan Brothers.
maybe it'll have the Bojangles fate. Bojangles was played so much by street performers in New Orleans, they passed a law they couldn't play it more than once a month.
Seriously.
The shopkeepers were going nuts.
getting sick of
Every
hearing
10
it.
minutes, new a man, Bojangles.
And there's a statistic on Fishing in the Dark that no matter what time of the day or night it is somewhere in the world some band's on stage at a Holiday Inn playing Fishing in the Dark.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah.
I can believe that. Well, it's been great visiting with you guys
Nice
today,
visiting
and
with
we
you.
can't wait to see
Thank
you guys
you.
again playing and continue playing, and keep up the good work, and congratulations on the first 50 years. And
You never know.
never know what we could be here next, right?
We've gave up on saying never.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks.
welcome.